All right. Did everybody bring a snack and some water and like a pillow so you can take a nap? I don't know. This can be such a long break tonight. You know, it is. A half case of score. That's a lot of cards. But before we get started, we do have a little info to go over. So let's go ahead and get caught up here with the 411. Feedback 100% automated. That way you never have to wait on me. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you will instantly get positive feedback in return. And of course, the second message there is just simply to say thank you. I do appreciate everyone who bids and breaks and chats and hangs out with me. And especially those of you who are going to sit through this marathon tonight, which will be Score Football. We are looking right now at breaks that are coming up. So this stuff is listed on eBay, and we're going to be breaking it over the course of the next 5 days. Yeah. So tomorrow night, we'll open some 2019 Gold Rush basketball value packs. So those, it's 12 packs in a box, but the box is kind of the same as a case on Gold Rush. So call it what you want. I believe there are 3 cards per pack, so that would give us 36 in that break. We'll also open a half case of Flawless Football tomorrow night. Friday, a 5-day, let's try that again, a 5-box case of Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys. That's a full case, and that'll be break number 3 of it. Also, on Friday night, we'll open a 12-box case of Diamond Kings baseball, and that is the last of the Diamond Kings that I have on hand. I don't know if I'll bring any more in or not, but that's all we have around here at the moment. Saturday, that's Kentucky Derby Day. You know that's an off night. Yeah, it's a national holiday practically here in the state of Kentucky. So, no breaks on Saturday, but back at it on Sunday where we will do the back half of this case of Score. So, starting Score tonight, finishing it on Sunday night. And same as tonight on Sunday, veteran base cards will not ship to the teams. They have their own bidding position. And once again, we will start early on Sunday night, even earlier than tonight by 15 minutes anyway. We'll be starting at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. And on Monday night, we're going to break another half case of Flawless Football and another full case of National Treasures basketball. So that's what you can look forward to seeing up on eBay and here in the next few days. Moving on, tonight, paid shipping break. We have just one break tonight. It's our half case of Score Football. And of course, I'm anticipating this to ship about Monday. And I know that's later than normal, but I got to tell you, I think it's going to take me a while to sort this. I haven't learned everyone's team yet. And as a result, I'll have to stop and ponder over some of this stuff, and it'll take a while to sort. So expect it to ship to you on Monday, and if I can get it out to you sooner than Monday, I will gladly do so. So it is 6 boxes, half case. Ooh, that was me hitting the table of 2019 Score Football. It's a half case break. It's break number 1. Of course, it was a new release today. It ended on eBay tonight, and we're breaking it tonight, Wednesday night, May the 1st. Team names are on the left-hand side. The winning bidders are across from each team on the right-hand side. And once again, as a reminder, veteran base cards had a separate bidding spot. Veteran base cards do not ship to the teams. Teams are going to get numbered cards, inserts, autographs, relics, and parallels, and rookie cards as well, going to the teams, just not veteran base cards. Okay, does that make sense? If anybody has any questions about that, you hit me up and let me know. Now, here's the way we do this, and this is going to be a pain in the patootie tonight because there's so many of them, and these boxes are like so big. But when we start a case and we don't break the whole case the same night, I typically take everything out of here and then we number the boxes on the end and let random.org determine which ones will open tonight and which ones will open, good grief, on Sunday night. I couldn't even get the first one wedged out of there. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm simply getting all the boxes out. Then momentarily I will number them, and then we'll use random and so on and so on. But good grief, first I gotta get them out of here. They are really in this case. Usually Panini in their cases, you have a little bit of wiggle room. Not much, but enough that you can typically get stuff out pretty easily. And Topps, you know, their cases are usually like this, packed in so tightly that you are lucky if you can pry them loose. And that's what we got going on here tonight with this big wall of Score football. And make no mistake, it is a wall. It's a lot of cards. 4,000, no, 5,000 cards in the case, roughly, I think. So we'll see about half of those, about 2,500 cards coming through here tonight, roughly. All right, there we are, all numbered up, 1 through 12. Now, let's head over here to random and sort this bad boy out. All right, pretty easy. 1 through 12 typed in there. I'll hit random one time. We'll open the first 6 numbers that come up here. It gives us 12, 6, 7, 2, 4, and 8. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 12. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 12. All right, I can remember that, I think. 2, 4, 6, 7, and 8 are all kind of right there. You come away. And then I need 12. Does that give me 6? It does. Hooray. All right, let me get these other 6 put back in their case. Hang tight there for just a second, please. Yeah, my UPS guy was not thinking I did him any favors today when he had to come with all these heavy boxes. I got a bunch of supplies in and then Score as well. And yeah, he was having to haul a bunch of stuff. You know what I forgot to do? I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to change up the focus. So you're going to notice the background's going to go out of focus a little bit here, but it's actually going to help us out in the long run because it's going to let us look at our cards up really closely. All right, so Mickey is here. Hi, Mickey. You said you finally got in on a Score break. All right, man. Well, you settle in. We're going to be here a while, I think. And Chris is in chat as well. And it's your first time with us. Well, welcome, Chris. You're looking for a little Texans love tonight. So in Score football this year, there's going to be a buyback card in every box. You see that there on the top. And that buyback card, occasionally they say those can be autographed. I think the majority of what we find probably will not be autographed, but we could find one that is. And of course, those do ship to the teams regardless of who's on the card. And 4 autographs per box. Loads of inserts and parallels. There'll be some numbered cards. We'll go a little slower through the first box than we will through subsequent boxes, just so we can all kind of get a feel for what's going to be coming out of here. So, one final time for anybody who might have jumped in late, veteran base cards do not ship to the teams. They had their own bidding position in this break tonight. So, shipping to the teams are autographed cards, inserts, parallels, numbered cards, rookie cards, and buyback cards. Okay, so that's the deal. T. Cassidy in the house. Hi, T. Cassidy. How have you been? What's going on in your part of the world? So I haven't seen any score breaks yet today. How is it breaking? What have you all seen coming out of it? And also, I should probably note, I have not in any way, shape, or form memorized all these rookies, okay? And where they were drafted and all that stuff. So I am probably not going to know a good bunch of them. Be aware of that and understand that I am going to have it all looked up and in a handy little chart before I actually start sorting. But I just may not know all the teams to call out tonight as we go along. Saquon Barkley, that is numbered 230 for the New York Giants with a little hollow foil front on that card. And one other thing I should point out to you as well is that if someone was not drafted, for instance, but they have signed with a team since the draft ended, a lot of these rookies have, and some of them in this product may not have been drafted. If they've signed in the interim, they're going to go to the team that they've signed with. So that looks like, it's unnumbered, but a cool little insert, throwbacks. And this is a Signal Callers insert that also, those appear to be unnumbered. And then here comes our little pile of rookie cards. So for instance, like Elijah Holyfield, right? I mean, he wasn't drafted, but he signed yesterday or day before with the Carolina Panthers. So he would, of course, be shipped to the Carolina Panthers. All right. If anybody has any questions about that, let me know. It's raining where you are, T. Cassidy. Well, I tell you what, it is actually very nice here today, other than allergies are terrible, lots of pollen and, you know, junk like that. But outside of that, is that supposed to be a buyback per pack or per box? Per box. I'm like going, wait a minute, I didn't see a buyback in that last pack. It's per box. Sorry. I think I said per pack earlier. So it's not rainy here, but it's very polleny and kind of nasty. I thought that was numbered. It's not. I still think it might be an insert because it's got the gray border, so we're going to call it an insert. But what I can tell you is I think it must be really cold up north, because I was watching the Minnesota Twins game against the Astros, and I'm thinking, why are these guys like all bundled up? So I think it must be cold in a lot of places today. Not here, though. Jonathan Abram is our first autograph that we see tonight out of Score Football. So there's, of course, once again, we're looking for 4 per box. That is the first one we have seen out of any tonight, since we're just getting underway. And Kirk, did I say hi to you? If I didn't, I think I did. Did I? I remember thinking it. I remember thinking, oh, Kirk's here. Yay, hi. But I don't know if I said it. So if I didn't, you know, hi. Chris, you're asking, did you read that it was 30 years ago that Score debuted? And I believe you are correct. This is the 30th anniversary of Score, if you can imagine. And I also think we can safely assume, now that we've looked at 3 packs and in all cases, all those veteran base cards have been on the top, and then all of our inserts and rookie cards at the bottom of each pack. So what we're going to do moving forward is just kind of cut to where we will start with what we care about, since veteran base isn't shipping out to team positions. Not that we don't care about veteran base, but you know what I mean. Artist proof for my Pittsburgh Steelers. Numbered 35, Juju Smith-Schuster. Celebration insert. And what is that? I guess that's just a variation of a rookie card. Oh, do you all remember when they used to make Epics? Do you remember that card set? EPIX, Epics. That's an insert that matches that. All right, so I think that gives us a pretty good feel of what is coming out of here and the way these packs are structured. So that means we can get through it in a reasonable length of time then, perhaps. Steelers EJ, how are you, my friend? We will do a recap at the end. We will do a recap of not everything, obviously, but we will recap our numbered cards if whatever we find that's numbered. And then, of course, we will also recap our autographs. So that's kind of what you can expect to see us run back through at the end. Huddle Up, an insert, another signal caller, and hey, an autograph for Mohamed Sanu and the Falcons. Nice little veteran autograph hit coming out right there. So Falcons on the board with Mohamed Sanu. And then our little stack of rookie cards here on the back side. Kirk, you said it's cold where you are too? Yeah, I don't know. I guess I didn't realize it was still had gotten cold again in other parts of the country because it's so nice here. Until I started watching that Twins-Astros game, and I was like, man, why are these guys like so bundled up? And then I started looking at the crowd, and it's like, oh, okay, the crowd is pretty bundled up too. So we have to assume a little cold weather running through there. An Aaron Donald insert. I'm going to, again, call that an insert for the Rams. I think it is. Kyler Murray. Captain's insert. Another Epics insert. Those do not appear to be numbered either. All Hands team. And a little stack of rookie cards. You're hoping for some good Steelers tonight. I hope we find you some good Steelers tonight, Steelers EJ. And you know, I was reading, trying to find out a little bit more about that wide receiver we drafted. That guy, Deontay Thompson, or was that his name? I think that was his name. And I guess he's pretty good. I don't know anything about him. But, I mean, the Steelers historically draft pretty well in the mid to late rounds of the draft in particular. So, but what reading up I did about it, looks like he might be pretty good. And of course I was happy that we got Benny Snell because he came from my alma mater, the University of Kentucky. So from my favorite college team to my favorite pro team, I like it. T. Cassidy, it was in the mid-50s for you today. I feel kind of bad about that because I think it was probably like 80 or something here today. It was really nice. I feel bad that some of you are still having some cold weather. A fantasy team insert. And I'm just flipping a lot of these the first time we look at them just to kind of get a feel for if they're numbered, and if they are, if they're numbered on the front or the back, so we don't overlook anything. Although obviously all inserts ship out anyway, so we would catch it regardless. Stanley Morgan Jr. is our autograph. So that's 3 of the 4 autographs we're expecting to find in this box we have found. Kirk, you could have had tickets to that game, but you didn't. I don't blame you. I mean, it looks really, really pretty chilly there based on how everyone's dressed anyway. Both players and spectators seem to be dressed for cold weather. Here comes our buyback, I believe. Yep, there it is. Recognize that one. And it's for the Steelers, as a matter of fact. And, of course, you can see there it's got the foil stamp on it, so we know it's a buyback. And it was for Rodney Carter out of 1989 score. Wow. It's kind of crazy to think about score having been around that length of time, isn't it? I think so, a little bit. I am kind of happy, though, that they're putting some buybacks in there, because there was some stuff in that 1989 set that was kind of iconic, and who knows if they'll buy back those particular cards or not, but Glad to see them. We'll have a shot at them anyway. Steelers, EJ, you said Deontay looked really good at the combine. Looks good on paper. Yeah, I'm with you. I do. I'm anxious to see how he looks in person. That one is numbered to 10. I can't remember who drafted Ja'Kai, and I should remember it, but I don't. And I also don't know if that's how you pronounce his name. Because he, I guess I wasn't watching the draft live at the time he got chosen, because I don't really remember how to pronounce his name. All right, so this goes along a little quicker than I thought, since we can just kind of shuffle through the veteran base and get right to the heart of the matter. It's going to make it a little easier to deal with, isn't it? Quincy, yeah, we'll just leave it with Quincy for the Jets. With an insert, more celebration, more signal callers, and here comes a nice little autograph. This is headed to the Patriots. This was their first round draft selection, if I recall correctly, and that is N'Keal Harry. It is numbered to 50. It's kind of hard to see, but it's hanging out right there on the side, that numbering. And if I'm wrong, and if he wasn't drafted by the Patriots, don't panic. I'm going to check all that stuff before it goes out the door. I just think he was drafted by the Patriots in round 1. I think that's correct, but I will check everything. I promise. Because I freely admit, not all memorized yet. So box number 1 in the books. And we're going to roll on down the line here with box number 2. You can see it's all empty. I don't remember when our next football product comes out. We've got something coming from Leaf, but I don't think it's next week. I think it's the following week. And they apparently, you know, Leaf, normally they'll announce something and then they'll change it. And they almost always change it so that it shows up later than you think it's going to. This time, they decided to release one earlier than they said they were going to. I saw that they sent us a new calendar today, but I did not have time to look at it. I was crazy busy today. All right, we got all that silly veteran base out of there. Now we can look a little more closely here at what we have. Frank Clark, Seahawks, recently traded, but a Seahawk on there. And an artist proof for the Raiders. It is numbered to 35 for Whitehead. And off the top there is just another Mo Hurst, but another with our little gray border. All right, Epic, Signal Callers, an autograph, cornerback, Byron Murphy. I want to say Byron Murphy might have gone with the Broncos. You know, when they took our 20 spot, we traded up to the 10 spot. They may have been who drafted him, but I would not absolutely swear to that. And by our spot, I mean the Steelers, of course. We had to trade up and get an inside linebacker, try to fill that hole Ryan Shazier used to plug for us before he got injured. Fantasy Stars, another captains, and some rookie cards. The one good thing about sorting all the score that I'll be sorting is I'm going to learn where everybody goes. I'll learn their teams here probably in the next few days. I got to sort contenders draft picks as well, so yeah, we'll learn that pretty quickly. Emmanuel Hall, and Emmanuel is numbered to 50. Mickey, you need some Chargers. Tell me again, Mickey, who are all of your Chargers draft choices that we are looking for today? And I'm going to try to conjure up some mojo for you, because you probably remember all of your draft choices, whereas I don't. Chris says you don't envy me having to sort all these cards. You know, it wouldn't be bad if not for the fact that I haven't memorized them all yet. And plus, there's so many of them still, you know, a lot of these. Fortunately, most of the people we're seeing in here, I think, were drafted. So I can just kind of learn that and be in pretty good shape to probably sort most of this. But in Contenders draft picks, there are a ton that weren't drafted in the 7 rounds that have subsequently signed with a team that I've got to learn all those too when I sort Contenders draft picks. There won't be as many of those kind of guys in this product, I don't think. But yeah, it takes a while, Chris. You are not wrong about that. Jameis Winston with the little gray border there and an insert for Noah Fant, first rounder. Russell Wilson, red zone. That is numbered to 20. Seattle Seahawks. Mickey, you said you've got like 6 of them. Well, tell me who your main targets are. And let's see if we can't conjure one of them up. We'll see if the mojo will bring one forth here for us, we hope. Anyway, Christian Wilkins, and Christian is numbered to 6. And I always look at him and I want to say Arizona Cardinals because of Christian Kirk, but I know that's not right. I can't remember where Christian Wilkins goes, though. I just know I look at him and I think Cardinals, and then I think, no, that was Christian Kirk last year. So I like the card design this year. I think they've done a nice job with it. Score never varies, it doesn't seem like a whole lot, which is kind of a good thing, I guess. But it has little small variances. I like the inserts this year in particular, like the epics. That was a nice card set when it existed back in, I don't know, it was maybe around 2010, somewhere in there, 2008, 2009, 2010, maybe in that time frame. They briefly had a product, epics. Well, okay. I have an uncooperative wrapper. All right, so Mickey must not have any specific targets he's looking for tonight, so we'll just generally work the mojo for the Chargers. Oh, he does. Right as I said that, they popped in. So Tillery, Adderley, Tranquil, and Stick. Oh, yeah, Stick. Forgot about him. Yeah. I should have remembered him at least. I had forgotten, though. Is that first one. I see our buyback makes an appearance here for Denver. Carl Mecklenburg, inside linebacker for the Denver Broncos out of 1989 score. Look how big those shoulder pads were back in the day. That's kind of crazy when you see it now compared to how small they are now. Numbered to 20, you have a little Minshew here, Gardner Minshew. And this one leads us to a Xavier Howard gray border. Oops, we got a gray border here too. Alejandro Villanueva, Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, see, I might have had too much Red Bull now, considering this might go faster than I thought it was going to. I really loaded up on some Red Bull thinking, oh, this is going to be a really long break. And now it's probably going to be a little bit shorter than I anticipated, and I will be up all night. So, hey, maybe I'll get more sorting done and it'll ship faster. We have Taylor Gabriel autograph here for the Bears. So, Chicago Bears hit an autograph. Saquon Barkley with an Epix insert. I'm kind of glad that we're into some 2019 football. I look forward to certain products that come out. So we're well on our way. And I think I told you all, you guys, maybe, I think, no classics this year. They're not bringing classics back. We're getting that other product that I swear to you I cannot remember the name of. Every day I think I'm going to remember that name if we talk about it tonight. And every day I forget the name of that flippin' product. Numbered to 50, Dalvin Cook and the Vikings. Hollow foil front on that one too, of course. But whatever it is, it's got a couple of autographs per box, and I think a relic. I think 2 autographs and a relic. And it's a big case. It's a 24-box case, which I believe they told me are 2 12-box inners, but I think it's really kind of base card heavy. I cannot remember what that silly product is called. But it took the place of classics, so we have no classics this year. Chris, you said you wonder if any Texans draft picks made the autograph checklist. Why can't I get in this box? Because I was looking at the back of it. That's why. You know what? I don't know. Tell me again who. Of course, I'm not going to remember the entire checklist anyway. But I would think probably somebody did. Because you all got, well, for one thing, didn't you pick up Lonnie Johnson from, that went to UK? Didn't he end up going to the Texans? I want to say he did. And he is in Panini stuff because we pulled him out of Contenders draft picks. And then we had another UK guy that I believe signed with the Texans this week as well. But I can't remember if he was a tight end or not because I can't remember which player specifically it was. But I'm going to say that probably, I mean, again, you'd have to double check the checklist, but I would say that you might have Lonnie Johnson in here since he was in Contenders. A lot of times you'll see a very similar checklist in Contenders draft picks to what you see in Score. So I think that's a reasonable possibility. Beyond that, I can't remember who else the Texans drafted. And I don't know that Group Break checklists or any of those places even have this stuff broken out yet because it's quite a task to break out the rookies by NFL teams. And it changes so frequently on the ones that were undrafted. So I don't even know if they've gotten it broken down by team yet or not. Number 220. That is Trayvon Mullen. I mean, those websites, of course, are great to use for informational purposes, but I don't ever use them for sorting because sometimes they're wrong. Sometimes they have wrong information. So I always use NFL.com to figure out, who goes to what team. Rock Ya-Sin, he was definitely drafted. And I definitely don't remember who, but I think he was 3rd round maybe. Thereabouts. Maybe 2nd. Maybe into 2nd. Into 2nd, beginning of 3rd, somewhere in there. Mickey says Cardboard Connection has already got it sorted by team, at least for the ones that were drafted. I don't know. Do they also, Mickey, have it already sorted For the other guys, the guys that have, I mean, how current are they keeping it, I guess is the question. So like Elijah Holyfield that signed yesterday or day before, do they already reflect him as the Panthers on Cardboard Connection, or are they still not associating him? That would be the question I would have. Ed Oliver, there's a first round draft choice for you. And Ed Oliver went, where did Ed Oliver go? He went high. Where'd he go, guys? Was he the Bills? Ed Oliver might have been the Bills. He was fairly high in the drafting. I believe he might have been the Bills. Don't absolutely swear to it, but maybe. Oh, they still have all the rookies under the college names. Oh yeah, then that doesn't help us much, does it? No. Yeah, typically, not always, but often, group break checklists, and it has an S on the end, not group break checklist singular, but lists plural, is usually one of the better ones in terms of getting it done pretty quickly. But I have found in places where they have made, it's not often, but they have on occasion made a few mistakes here or there, or they haven't quickly reflected when someone is signed after the fact or whatever. In a product like this, it's collegiate heavy. But that's why I just prefer to use NFL.com myself when I'm sorting. That way I know we're up to date. C.J. Mosley, numbered 250, Baltimore Ravens. And it is, I mean, it's a little more labor intensive, obviously, than if I could just print it out and go, but I feel like it's more accurate if I do it that way, so that's how we roll. Mickey says, if you know who your team drafted, it does help somewhat. Well, that is true. That is true. I don't even remember all of my Steelers draft picks yet. Is that awful? It is. I remember a lot of them, but I don't remember all of them. This is Anthony Ratliff Williams, our autograph hit coming out of that pack. And we have a little gray border Alex Collins for the Ravens. Yeah, I think those might be my favorite inserts. I don't know why I particularly am fond of them, but they are the little Epics ones. Stang Lover's here. Stang Lover, when did you jump in there? I didn't see you until just now. How's it going? Over there in are you Indiana or Illinois? Indiana, yeah? No. Oh, yeah, Indiana, I think. You're looking for some Raiders love. You got a lot of people drafted by your Oakland, or by the Oakland Raiders. I don't know if they're your Oakland Raiders, but by the Oakland Raiders. Who do you root for, Stang Lover? I know you bid for a lot of different teams, but who do you actually root for, you know? Who are you screaming at the television about on any given day? Ah, okay, so you've got, well, Clellan, of course, yeah, in round one, because I can remember him, because I was like, why are they taking him that high? So, yeah, him I remember. Renfro, Mullen, Abram, and Jacobs. Didn't we pull Abram already? Didn't we pull Jonathan Abram earlier? Autograph, I thought. Maybe not. We'll see it in the recap. You said Illinois, Indiana, what's the difference? Paraphrasing, because, you know, I don't know how to, I guess, what was that? Pfft. Is that what that meant? That sound. There's our buyback, and it is also from 1989. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. So, you were mowing Yeah, well, I don't envy you mowing. I don't like mowing very much. So I don't envy you that one. I think, though, I think we have hit an autograph for one of your guys. We'll see it in the recap, but I'm pretty sure we did hit Abram. I think we did. I remember saying Abram, so it was either an autograph or a numbered card, I feel like. All right, this is, speaking of, it's Elijah Holyfield. And he was undrafted but has signed with the Carolina Panthers. That one I know for sure. So Elijah headed to the Panthers. You got a lot of rooting interest then. Cardinals in baseball, and then Chargers, Bears, and Colts in football. All right. Dalvin Cook to 35. That's an artist proof for the Vikings. Yeah, I like the Bears the most out of your three football teams. The Bears are my favorite there, out of the three you listed. Tom Brady, numbered to 30. New England Patriots. Be interested to see how they work out things with their quarterback that they drafted this year. Supposedly, possibly, maybe, they think anyway will be the next Jimmy Garoppolo, perhaps. Although this time they probably, if he's good enough, they're not going to trade him away. They'll keep him since Tom's getting older. But Stidham, I think it was, wasn't it? The Patriots drafted quarterback-wise. I think it was Jarrett Stidham. Perhaps the heir apparent, but yet to be determined. Ruben's here. Hi, Ruben. You said you were going to sign with the Panthers, but it's too close to Kentucky. Hey, man. Are you giving me some grief about the great state of Kentucky here right before Derby weekend, where we showcase our state more so than any other time of the year here for the Kentucky Derby? Oh, you're giving my poor state a bad rap, Ruben. Your son is a monster Chargers fan. Well, that is a good idea. Stuff you win for the Chargers, you hold it back for birthday and Christmas presents. I think that's an excellent plan. This one is numbered 250, and that is your man Kyler Murray, headed to the Arizona Cardinals. DJ Chark with the gray border for the Jags. And we have Darius Slay, red zone to 20, Detroit Lions. Yeah, I know some other people have told me that they do something similar. If they've got, I need to stack that separately. If they've got kids or nieces or nephews or whatever, they will often, bid on teams that they like and breaks if they go relatively inexpensively, and then hope, they hit something good. And then if you do, you've got birthday or Christmas or something covered. And here we have Zach Allen. Zach is numbered to 35. And all hands, TJ Yeldon. Ruben, you think Daniel Jones is going to be the best quarterback that was taken in this draft? That's a bold statement, my friend. That is a bold statement. You could be right, though. I mean, this time of year, way too early to tell who's got what going on. I think Kyler Murray is going to be a lot of fun to watch. I think he's going to have a lot of flash, a la Pat Mahomes. I think he may not be quite as talented as Patrick Mahomes, but I think he's going to be a lot of fun to watch like Patrick Mahomes. But, we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. Jalen Smith is our autograph out of that pack. Drew Lock, I think, could be very good. Of course, he already alienated his entire fan base like 20 minutes after he's drafted. I mean, that was just the most bizarre thing. I don't know. I always hesitate. If anybody's going to Denver, you do kind of have to sit back and think, no matter how good we think they are, if they get drafted to Denver, you got to go, As for as good a quarterback as John Elway was, he is that bad at drafting quarterbacks. He's just had a horrible track record. But on paper, Drew Lock does look to be pretty good. And of course, Dwayne Haskins. You can't forget about him. It's just he's not terribly mobile, I think, is the knock on Haskins. He's just kind of more of a stand-in-the-pocket kind of guy. Marshawn Lynch. That is numbered 250. Raiders. Adam Thielen, Vikings with the gray border, and a Saquon Barkley with the gray border for the Giants. You said if he had the talent some of the other guys had, he would have been number one. What do you mean? Are you talking about your guy, Daniel Jones? I mean, he went pretty, I mean, he definitely went higher than I think, than I know most people had him projected going. I was surprised they took him that high, but this is little Jordan Humphrey, or LaJordan. It's spelled like Little Jordan. Little Jordan. I don't know. It's to 50. And it's Humphrey. And every time I see his name, I do the same thing. I work through all those possibilities in my head. How do you pronounce your name, Mr. Humphrey? Benny Snell Jr. might be the sleeper. Look out for him now. Here comes a hit for the Tennessee Titans. Kevin Baird. And another stack of rookie cards, because they give us a lot of rookie cards in Score. That's the beauty of it. But this year is always a fun kind of time of year, because we're waiting for everybody to get signed somewhere and report to mini camps and let us really get a feel for how these guys are going to look on the field. So it's always a fun time of year. Trying to sort out who stays and who goes. I saw our buyback card. I'm assuming you probably saw it a second ago as well. So that is coming out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Danny Peebles out of 1989 Score football. Gosh, it's hard to believe Score's been around 30 years. There's another Villanueva hollow foil for the Steelers. I think we had one of those earlier as well. And a gray border T.J. McDonald. Alrighty. We're getting there, kids. We're getting there. We're making progress. Actually going faster than I thought it would, truthfully. It helps when they have the packs set up that way so you can just cut through to the stuff you care about and take the veteran base right off the top. It makes it go 2 or 3 times faster than it would otherwise. So I am very appreciative that Panini did that. Yeah. Stang Lover says his history repeats. As soon as I learn all the names, a bunch of them will be released and traded. I know, it is always such a dynamic situation, as in ever changing for the first little bit after the draft. Well, really right up until we get to the release of Elite. Elite football is typically the first product we will see with the rookies in uniform. Everything prior to Elite is typically going to have rookies still in their collegiate uniforms. Though sometimes, even though they're in their collegiate uniforms, they will have been updated to reflect their NFL team by name, even though not by uniform on the card. But typically Elite's the first one where there'll be updated name and uniform. But yeah, it's always good times to deal with football cards this time of year, and for a month or two after. That's good. Helps me remember. It's good for me. A 1-of-1 printing plate makes an appearance here for Dexter Williams, autographed even. So a Dexter Williams autograph 1-of-1 printing plate. Not too bad, not too bad. We'll look at all of our inserts. May as well just look at the inserts off the top of this too, since that's for some reason the way I decided to do this one. I don't know why, but that's what I did. We have ourselves another autograph. Emmanuel Hall, which I want to say we also pulled a minute ago, didn't we? We'll see it in the recap anyway. Man, that Contenders draft picks last night was crazy, wasn't it? 2, not 1, but 2 Nick Bosa's in there, and one of them was a cracked ice. He's been somewhat elusive. And to pull 2 out of the same case, 1 cracked ice, I was shocked. All right. So, of course, we're going to do the back half of this case on Sunday night for anybody who's interested in that. Maybe probably by then I will have at least done a little bit of sorting, so I'll have, I'd say, some of it memorized by then, maybe. I hope, anyway. Trayvon Williams. And Trayvon is numbered to 10. Oh, I know, Stang Lover. I am sorry about that. That random.org did not fall in your favor with that. I know. There was an insert last night also in Contenders Draft Picks. It was numbered to 5, and it was a connections insert. So it had Joey Bosa and the Chargers on one side, and Nick Bosa, of course, for the 49ers on the other side. And random gave it to the 49ers, and Stang Lover had the Chargers. I know. That was not fun for you. Sorry. I shouldn't. See, I didn't bring that part up. Numbered to 35, it's Devonta Freeman, artist proof for the Atlanta Falcons. But I thought Contenders draft picks, honestly, I thought was pretty well loaded up this year. We had some very nice cases of it, but it just, for whatever reason, it didn't really break very well. In fact, I think pretty much every case I opened, I lost some money on. One of them I lost a lot of money on. So that's why when somebody offered to buy out the rest of my remaining cases at a little bit of a, profit, I said, okay. I was kind of surprised, though. I thought Contenders draft picks would have broken a little better than it did this year, given what was coming out of it in particular. But you never know about those things. But that's all right, because we have plenty of other things to keep us busy, undoubtedly. Plenty of other things to keep us busy, including this. Staying Lover, you're not dwelling on the fact that you lost in the random, but you're kind of dwelling on the fact that you didn't have any hits for the Colts. You always make me laugh. Well, it does happen sometimes. The Minnesota Vikings have a buyback card, Joey Browner. It's an all-pro out of 1989 score. And, of course, they all are going to have that little foil stamp on them to mark the fact that they're buybacks. Although I think we would recognize them anyway. That's how they roll. Yeah, I think Staying Lover last night, I think probably one of the spots that probably got as many cards as anybody else was the undrafted spot. I haven't obviously sorted it or looked entirely through it yet, but it seemed like there were a lot of things in there. Here comes one for my Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, and Steelers EJ. You might turn out to like that one. Benny Snell Jr., running back for the Steelers. He's just a grinded out kind of guy. He's not got Le'Veon Bell kind of footwork, right? But he is just a put 5 guys on his back and drag them down the field kind of runner. Actually, probably pretty similar to the way Connor runs, more or less. He's just a good power back. A little undersized maybe, but numbered to 50, the Green Bay Packers have a hit there, or a numbered card. I call those hits. Kyler Fackrell. But that Benny Snell, that might be one that will pay some dividends down the road. I think they gave him, what did I read? They gave him 100,000 signing bonus, maybe? Or was it more than that? I don't remember. Anyway, they gave him a decent little signing bonus, so. And this happens to be another one of ones. This is our second one of one in this break. It's Courtland Sutton for the Denver Broncos. Yeah, you're looking for that. You're looking for the Devin Bush autograph. I haven't seen him come out. I don't even think I saw him come out of Contenders draft picks that I remember anyway. He could have in some of the early ones. I don't know. I don't totally remember it though. But hey, at least we got you on the board. Ruben, I think you're right. Probably Snell and James Conner will be somewhat interchangeable to a certain extent. But I really think Connor will still probably get the bulk of the carries, at least in the early going. We'll see how Benny does. But, I don't think Benny's like an every down back just because he is a little bit undersized. But he can flat drag you down the field, He can drag 3 or 4 guys right along with him and get those extra yards. He's an absolute bulldog. And loves to play, too, so that helps. Steelers, EJ, you say you're pumped with all the Steelers picks. I always kind of am too, I'll admit it. I mean, honestly, we could probably go out and like pick somebody out of Pop Warner and I'd be like, yeah, they're going to be awesome. Because, you know, that's natural. When we're fans of the team, it's natural. We are going to think our draft picks are going to be awesome. But that having been said, I do think we've got a really good class this year. I don't really see a lot of weak spots in there. At least on paper. So, Daniel Jones, that is numbered to 50. So someone asked for a Daniel Jones, didn't they? Did somebody tell me that? I know you wanted an autograph, but at least, you know, you've got a numbered to 50 for the Giants. And Daniel Jones. I think the Giants also picked up a couple of my UK guys. Marcus Mariota, gray border. One drafted, I think, and one picked up, signed after the draft. Maybe George Asafai. I never have said his name right, and I've watched him play here for years, but I think maybe he's one that went to the Giants from us, from UK. Paris Campbell is our autograph hit. They, I believe Paris is with the Redskins, isn't he? Didn't they pair him back up with Dwayne Haskins? I want to say they did, but... Ruben, you said you hate the Giants, but you also hate the way everyone is dogging Daniel Jones. I haven't really heard anybody necessarily saying bad things about the kid in particular. Most of what I've heard anyway has just been about the Giants draft strategy, as in maybe they should have taken one of the linebackers with the 6th pick, and that Daniel Jones probably would have been there when they were still on the board a little farther down. Or they could have traded back up higher with that 2nd first-round pick if they thought that, you know, somebody else might pluck him out of there ahead of them. I mean, that's mainly what I've heard. Not necessarily a knock on the kid himself, more a knock on the Giants' kind of draft strategy. Oh, Stanglover says that Paris Campbell went to the Colts. Okay, sorry about that, my friend. It was McLaren that went to the Redskins. Okay, sorry, got those two flipped. To 50, Laquan Treadwell and the Vikings. See, that's why I told you guys. I will make sure I look them all up before I ship them. I flipped those two guys in my head. But Stanglover is usually pretty on it. I will say I like it, Stanglover, especially when you're in my leaf breaks when we're doing football this time of year. Because Stanglover will just be on it. He's like, yeah, that's so-and-so. I'm like, okay, thank you. It is helpful. It's actually very helpful. Greg Dortch is our autograph here, and we have his base card unautographed right behind his autographed version of his card. Oh, you've heard a lot of people talking about his arm strength and his numbers. I thought he actually had pretty good arm strength. Well, who knows? Well, hopefully he'll do well and put it all to rest and make them all look silly. Jermaine Pratt, numbered to 35. I mean, definitely, you know, stranger things have happened. Last year, a lot of people, including myself to a certain extent, questioned whether or not the Browns should have taken Baker Mayfield number 1 overall. Maybe they should have taken one of the others, and look how that worked out. That worked out brilliantly, so can't always listen to what everybody else says, that's for sure. Stang Lover says research is your friend. Yeah, it's not the research part I have trouble with. It's my poor little tired, old, feeble brain that has to remember all of it. That's what I worry about. Age is not my friend. Research might be my friend, but aging is not my friend. All right, we are coming up on it here as we're closing out our last box. There's another Steelers numbered card. I say another. I don't know if our other one was numbered, but anyway, this one is to 20. It's a red zone Villanueva for the Steelers. Yeah, I think definitely my memory, my recall used to be a whole lot better than it is now. I think part of it too, though, maybe has something to do with that they keep changing my medication for my arthritis, my RA, and I think some of that medication messes with my recall, my memory. Jalen Smith is our autograph here. Then again, maybe that's wishful thinking. Maybe it is just me getting old. Could be. Could be. Mickey says the Chargers, he needs something. We need to find something for his Chargers. Let's try it. We're going to do our best here, Mickey. We got a little tiny bit left to look through. Numbered to 30, Marcus Davenport for the Saints. All right, one little stack left. It has our buyback sitting on top of it. And it's headed to the Bengals. Max Montoya. Cincinnati Bengals buyback. And what else we got? Guess that's it. We've already pulled our autographs out of this box. All right, kids. So that wasn't too bad. I thought it would take a lot longer than it took. I'm not feeling too bad about this. Okay, that's doable. It's very doable. Well, this part was. The sorting will still be dreadful, but this part, not so bad. All right, so let's take a look at, these are our numbered cards that don't have autographs attached. So to 35 for the Steelers. That actually is to 30 for the Saints. That's to 20 for the Steelers. To 50 for the Vikings. That one is to 50. Daniel Jones for the Giants. The Green Bay Packers to 50. The Falcons are to 35. The Raiders to 50. To 20 for the Lions. Kyler Murray for the Cardinals is numbered to 50. A Tom Brady to 30 for the Patriots. Dalvin Cook to 35 for the Vikings. C.J. Mosley to 50 for the Ravens. Trayvon Mullen is numbered to 20. Dalvin Cook again to 50 for the Vikings. Gardner Minshew to 20. A little Russell Wilson to 20 for the Seahawks. And the Raiders to 35. That is numbered to 10 for Ja'Kai. And Saquon to 30 for the Giants. So those are the numbered cards with no autographs. Our buybacks, our handsome little stack of buybacks. I didn't say this earlier, but I should, I'm going to say I assume, and then right after that realize I should never assume. But all these buyback cards, they really are cards from 1989, guys. So they're not going to be perfect. They're going to have imperfect, edges and corners and things because they've been out there floating around in the world. And Panini literally bought them back and then cycled them through and foil stamped them. So they're not going to be minty perfect, but they're still fun. So for the Bengals, one buyback. Then for the Vikings, you have Browner, Peebles came out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Nigerian Nightmare is out for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Denver Broncos had Carl Mecklenburg. And the Steelers had Rodney Carter. So those are our buybacks tonight. Now our autographs. So one more time, I'm going to remind you, I will look up where all these rookies go. I don't know most of them. Not yet. I haven't memorized. But they're going to go to their current team. So if they were drafted, to the team that drafted them. If they were undrafted, but they have signed with someone in the interim, it'll go to whoever they have signed with. Jalen Smith, numbered to 35, you have Jermaine Pratt. That's Greg Dortch. Paris Campbell. This is a 1 of 1, not autographed. I just have it in the wrong stack. But a 1 of 1 Cortland Sutton for the Denver Broncos. Benny Snell Jr. I know where he goes. Yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers. Trayvon Williams, numbered to 10. Emmanuel Hall. A 1 of 1 autographed printing plate for Dexter Williams. And this is headed to the Tennessee Titans with Kevin Baird. Well, Jordan Humphrey to 50. Jalen Smith, that's not numbered. I don't know why I turned it sideways, because I thought it was going to be numbered, but I knew it wasn't. Zach Allen to 35. I think that's called muscle memory, isn't it? You just kind of automatically do it. Elijah Holyfield is the Carolina Panthers. Anthony Ratliff Williams. Ed Oliver. I believe Ed Oliver is a Buffalo Bill, I think. Rock Ya-Sin. The Chicago Bears are taking home a little Taylor Gabriel. And this handsome card happens to be numbered to 6 for Christian Wilkins. And there's that other Emmanuel Hall, numbered to 50. Byron Murphy. N'Keal Harry to 50. Pretty sure N'Keal Harry is a first-round Patriots pick, but I will verify it, but I think he's Patriots. Stanley Morgan Jr. The Atlanta Falcons with Mohamed Sanu. And last but not least, first out was Jonathan Abram, which I think Stanglover said heads to his Raiders. Is that what you said, Stanglover? I think it is. All right, kids, that is the break for tonight and the recap for tonight. I am going to put up spreadsheet info here one more time for anybody who might have missed it earlier. I also apparently hit the camera at some point. And so we'll take a look at what's going to be breaking in the days ahead and also your shipping schedule. So anticipated this stuff's going to be on the way to you approximately Monday. Now, I may be able to get it out faster than that. I really don't think so, but because it's going to be a pain to sort, but maybe. So if I can get it sorted and shipped faster than Monday, I will gladly do so. Otherwise, kind of roughly plan on it showing up Monday to you, okay? And as one final reminder, Veteran Base does not ship to teams in here. It had its own bidding spot. So all that stuff that we just skipped past in a big chunk and set off to the side was Veteran Base. All the stuff that we looked at is actually, you know, your rookie cards and your inserts, your autographs, your numbered cards. That stuff all goes to the teams. So tomorrow night, we're going to open Gold Rush Basketball Value Packs. It is a 12-pack box. Box is the same as a case in this instance. And there, I believe, are 3 cards per pack. So I think we're looking at 36 cards in there. Double check me on that, but I think that's right. And a half case of Flawless Football. This will be fairly quick tomorrow night. Friday night, a 5-box case of TriStar Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys. And the last 12-box case I have of Diamond Kings baseball. Saturday is Kentucky Derby Day. That's, you know, yeah, we can't break on Derby Day in the state of Kentucky. It's against the law. It's not against the law, of course, but we're not going to break on Saturday night. On Sunday, we're going to start early again, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. We're going to bust the other half of this case of Score. On Monday, another half case of Flawless Football and another full case of National Treasures Basketball. So that's what we're looking to get out of here in the next few days to keep us busy. And I guess that's got us covered for tonight, right? Didn't take as long as I thought. I over caffeinated myself, and now I'm going to be up all night. Anyway, thanks everyone for being here. I always appreciate you joining me, and hopefully I will see you again somewhere soon. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll be back at it tomorrow night. Bye now.